Mister, that's a donut. Mr. Donut.
Mr. Donut.
It's a Mr. Donut.
God, I
Remember that
thought
theme
of that
song?
in many years. Yes, I do remember that.
Is that the one that had the guy that had to make the donuts? He had to get up early in the morning and he had a big... He looked like...
The Time to Make the Donuts commercials?
No, that's Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Dunkin'.
Oh, Mr. Donuts just had probably a little animated thing.
I don't remember the commercial, but
I remember the song.
The sign had a little... like a little guy with a hat or something.
Wasn't it a donut with a top hat and smoking a pipe or something? Mr. Donut goes well with...
It's like Mr. Peanut?
Yeah, maybe. Mr. Donut was Mr. Peanut's fat cousin.
You're listening to Time to Lead, and here's a song, episode 76. It's International Fat Cousin Day, and John and Phil are celebrating with donuts and whiskey. I'm just sitting in a sound booth and hanging out, clipping my toenails. Enjoy the show.
Speaking of fat cousins.
Oh, okay. I mean, it helps that Mr. Donut is still around. It's mostly in Japan.
Oh.
So it means you guys, you and your kids ought to probably go check it out.
Someday we want to go to Japan.
Yeah, no, it had a guy with it's a weird logo. In fact, it looks the same as everybody. It does have a little bow tie symbol, and it looks like it's a weird, if you just Google Mr. Donut, you'll see the
Does
logo.
it have a hat?
Yes, it does have a hat. It's kind of sideways.
Okay.
Is it supposed to be a baker's cap or I don't know.
Oh, because if it just had just a bow tie, it'd be like a stripper. Chippendale's donut.
That's the X-rated donut.
Hey, ladies, it's Mr. Donut Night.
Oh, funny. Yeah,
2 for $1
the
donuts.
logo looks exactly the same.
Strange. Well, they wouldn't change it.
Their website looks like it's from 20 years ago, but
Maybe it is.
I don't know.
Hey, if it ain't broke.
Mostly in Asia, though.
Ah.
I don't know, man.
It's almost June. No, it is
It
June.
is June.
Whoops. It's my anniversary, June 1st. 26 years.
Oh, happy anniversary.
And
I did see that on Facebook, which is useful mainly that it reminds me of birthdays.
Yeah, and it reminds you
Things like and anniversaries.
when your anniversary's coming too. That's helpful. No, I knew. I don't forget that. I forget what year it is. I have to do the math, but so there. That's the big news.
Oh, okay. So as long as we're talking about a donut shop nobody can visit, I hate to read websites on a podcast. That's probably the dumbest thing ever. But
We could do a separate podcast. Reading
there
the
you go.
Reading the internet.
Donut shops you can't visit. Episode 1.
Oh, I was thinking of reading the internet podcast.
Oh, reading the internet. That sounds a lot like your more successful podcast, Sleep Baseball. I don't know.
What were you going to say?
Because that would put me to sleep. A podcast where you read websites.
What's that? 8 AMSR or whatever. All right.
Okay, I was going to say that. I'm not going to read it literally, but apparently Mr. Donut was started in 1955. That's a long time ago. Also the year that Doc Brown discovers the flux capacitor or whatever.
Coincidence?
Coincidence? I don't think so. No, so 2 brothers-in-law
Who were Siamese twins.
they were Siamese twins, somehow developed 2 donut shops. Different one started Mr. Donut, the other one started Dunkin' Donuts
Oh my goodness.
in Boston. And we know which one was successful.
Oh, I don't know. In Japan.
Yeah,
I'm big in Japan.
they have some cool retro-looking coffee mugs. I'll have to see if I can buy them.
Yeah. I'm sure they're around.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, and their little graphics. I mean, they look like they're from the 70s or 80s.
All right.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay. Brief foray into
Yeah, that
Donut
wasn't
Land.
on any list we had. Say, I just wanted to do a little housekeeping. Is that all right? We're
Sure. Did your cactus fall over again?
no,
That's becoming a really stupid bit.
maybe yeah. No. This was we have 5,220 downloads so far. That's not including when we were on the other server. Space Poop is up to 1,074 downloads at 20% of all of our downloads is Space Poop.
Yeah, that's
according to
that was the David D.
I think we
episode,
need
right.
I think we need to have him back on for Space Poop 2
I think we better book him.
because that can
And we have to have some variation on that in the title to get all those downloads.
well Space Poop 2
Yes, Space Boop 2, it's coming to you.
Electric Boogapoo.
I'm sure I've complained bitterly before about how the Boogaloo boys have destroyed.
I don't
the use of
associate
term
the two.
Electric Boogaloo.
I don't associate the two. So let's
okay.
see. 82% of our listeners are from the US. And this, I think these stats aren't all time. I think this is the last 4 months or something. UK 6.7, Canada 1.69, mostly in Ontario. And then we have several other countries rounding out for they all have 0.85. There's Spain, Ireland, India, Taiwan, and Australia, but only Eastern Australia. We have no listeners in, whoops, maybe I have it backwards. The world's upside down there. No, I don't know. It's on the right side when you're looking at a map.
It's on the other side.
Yeah, that's east. Yeah, okay, Eastern. We have no listeners in Western Australia, so please, our Australian listeners, please get your Western friends too. Maybe they don't talk. Maybe it's like the Eastern and Western South Dakota rivalry. Do you think?
Maybe.
I don't know. Bex wouldn't know that. She's from New Zealand. Well, anyway, okay, that's that. We don't.
That was it though.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's see. Well, the top 5 are still Space Poop, Foliage, Forward, Mexican Arcade, Army of 50 Clowns, and Django Unchained.
The titles have to have something to do with that.
Ooh, Mexican Foliage Poop Arcade.
You know, our episode 75, by the way, this is episode 76.
I guess so.
The Spirit of 76, which is the name of my brother Rob's first bicycle.
Did he name it that, or was it the brand?
No, it says it on the chain guard.
Okay.
It's a I think 76. One of those banana seat bikes.
Oh, yeah.
That's painted red, white, and blue. It says Spirit of 76.
Did it have streamers on the handles? Those, I
don't think so.
we'd have to ask
We were
Rob.
too cheap for that. Yeah.
That was the upgrade.
Yeah, optional streamers. But it foreshadowed Rob's foreign policy future career and lawyer.
Well, yeah. Maybe we can't talk about that. Although I was interviewed by the FBI, so he could get that job.
That's right.
I don't know if I told that story. It was an old gumshoe. It was like straight out of. I mean, the world went the world went kind of sepia for a while, or black and white, and this guy showed up and interviewed me to see if Rob could get some kind of clearance. And it was, I didn't realize they did that still. You know, they just send a guy around and talk to people. And he came to work at the U, and I sat by Cube, and it's odd.
Did you assign him some tasks? I don't know.
Say, hey, you should be doing some inspections
You got
for us.
time to leave.
What are you sitting around here with? And he had an old one of those old flip notebooks and a pen, Oh. And I swear he had one of those floppy hats, but maybe I made that up. I probably my memories probably made it.
And there was a lot of smoke that day in the office.
Right? He was smoking.
Had a cigar.
It's like they're not gonna kick me out of here for smoking. I'm with the FBI.
Right.
Yeah, maybe
One of those gumshoe G-men, you see.
Yeah. No, he probably had smoked in when we used to interrogate people before. It wasn't interrogate's the wrong word, but there wasn't bright lights or anything.
Rob said to use the enhanced interrogation techniques on you.
Well, when you get these things, you have
No wonder he had such a shitty bike.
When you come up for these clearances, I mean, you need to list names of friends that you've had for over 20 years, I think is the criteria or something like that.
It's like buying a house. Yeah.
So, I mean, for you and I, that might be easier because all of our friends we keep. But, I mean, how many, I don't know, other than you all, I don't know how many. Well, no, I probably have several friends over 20 years. And I was married for over 26. I was married for 26. But we were friends before that.
Brings us back around to your anniversary, which you're not apparently celebrating today.
No, and I probably should explain that. Why is
I
Phil...
thought, Phil, you won't want to record tonight. You've got to take your special lady out.
No, my wife preferred that I didn't take my special lady out on our anniversary. That's not even funny. Well, I guess it kind of is. But no, we'll celebrate another time. She's got a class tonight, so it's you're married for 26 years. It's like we'll do something. Maybe we'll just sit outside together and just when she gets back from her class and I'm done with this and just kind of exist together for a little bit, and then it's time to go to sleep because we're old married people. But what are you gonna do? Well, we'll do something to celebrate at some point.
Well, we're relieved, and I'll look forward to hearing all about it.
No. And then we went to sleep. I already told you about it. No, so there. What else is going on?
Did you have a podcast to help you get to sleep?
I don't know if people go to sleep this one.
No, probably.
I mean, not on purpose.
Because it rudely wakes you up with a song at the end. Terrible.
Oh, I'll do an ambient song next time.
Okay. What do you have? You've had a couple, 2 or 3 drinks since.
No, not that many.
Yes, you were waiting for me to.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to get too far ahead. No, okay.
All right.
Scotch and soda. It's Scotch by Scotch SBC SBS.
Old Faithful.
Time again. Yeah, I hope I don't interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay. Every hour.
You're not 18 anymore.
Bing.
10%. What about you?
I have Scotch as well.
Oh, I bet it's not Scotch by Scotch.
It's not Scotch by Scotch.
Oh,
I thought
I'm
I had.
sorry.
I've got some stuff I haven't consumed on the show before.
Oh,
So
yeah.
thought I would use one of those, even though this is really not something I normally consume on a school night, such as it is.
Yeah.
This is Arran, Arran, or Isle of Arran, I think it's sometimes called.
Arn.
Yeah, it's made by pirates. No, it's a 10-year-old Highland Scotch. It's not a peated one.
Okay.
Although Highland Scotch can be peated as well. It gets kind of complicated.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
But for Pete's sake.
That was an accident.
Okay.
Hey, there's a title idea.
For Pete's sake. Yeah, that's going to get us a bunch of whiskey fans who will be very disappointed. Because we aren't really going to talk about it that much. But this was Ralphie, his pick of the year last year, I believe. And I had not seen it much. In fact, I looked for it after I saw his video. And because he mentioned that it's not super expensive, I thought, well, it must be then kind of expensive. As if it's cheap for him, it's expensive for us. But that UK for you. And nobody seemed to have it. And I was at one of my favored liquor locations, and they happened to have it. And I grabbed a bottle.
You probably had to.
Yeah, oh crap. I went in for something else, and I had to get this too because well, I've never seen that anywhere else, so I better get it. And either it won't be available next time, or the price will have doubled.
Yeah, you got a pretty good deal on it.
I think it's about average for what it's supposed to go to. It's about $50-ish, 55 maybe.
Yeah, but when we talk about stuff like Eagle Rare or different things like that on the show, all of a sudden we can't get it, or it's really expensive.
That's right. It's that effect.
So be careful.
But no, this stuff's really good. It's got a malty sweet flavor, but it's got a lot of depth and stuff going on that if you feel like you can get into. But it's also just very, very nice and a little bit sweet.
Okay, that sounds nice. Do you get any kind of other, I don't know, flavor notes?
It's got a lot of fruit going on it, but it's definitely has this. It's almost got a sourness to it in the finish, which is interesting. Not in a bad way.
A good sour?
Yeah,
It's a Jolly Rancher. No,
there you go.
those are terrible.
Yeah, and so authentic. But yeah, that's what I've got.
Oh,
And
Fine.
before that, I was occupying my time cleaning my gutters. It was very exciting.
oh man, I'm overdue on that.
I finally got the appropriate sized ladder this year.
Ah,
I had one. It was barely tall enough, and I had to just. In fact, parts of it, I was like standing on the top of it, reaching up, and I couldn't even see what I was scooping out of those things.
well, that could be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like on the danger zone or anything like that, but
Danger zone.
ah,
There's a highway to that
speaking
place.
of. Yeah,
And no, I'm not going to see the new Top Gun movie.
you're not.
No.
Oh. Ah,
Although if we get
but I heard it's.
wonderful.
I heard it. I've heard there's some Marvel tie-ins.
What?
No, I'm just.
I know that. Well, if we have Dave Dirksen on, he can talk about the movie because I'm sure he's good to watch it. But
Yes, I definitely know a friend of the show, Matthew P.
I should have said David D, but I know two David Ds. Did we use Dave's other Dirk? Did we call him Dirk? I don't know.
Dirk Davidson. No,
Yeah,
I think we just stuck with the.
we flipped.
David D.
I flipped that around. Okay, never mind. Fine.
I don't know. So that's what I'm drinking.
Well, what else is going on? Anything? I mean, we're just kind of, got this pandemic going still, I guess, or endemic, or
I guess
funky cold edema.
It's kind of every so often I go to some place that I really have to have a mask on for this or whatever, but most of the time nobody does.
No, but it's still out there. I mean, my youngest daughter got a mild case. She's vaccinated and boosted and all that, but and no one else in the family got it, so it's kind of weird. But
It's a good thing. Yeah.
well, yeah, but no, she's a mild case. But
Did you hermaphroditically seal her in her room?
no, I mean she has been wearing a mask in the house when she's around us, but I mean she spent a lot of the weekend in her room, but I mean, oh well, poor thing. I mean she's been careful at school and stuff like that. It's just
Some of it's just bad luck.
probably during lunch. You can't wear your mask and.
Yeah, it's bad. I figure. I'm sure I've either had it or been exposed to it, or if I did have it, I didn't realize it.
It makes you wonder because
Yeah,
I mean
so
but-
many people have had it around.
and then you can get. I mean, even if you've had it, I guess you could get a different version. I mean, now I don't know. My wife found after 2 years, the CDC finally developed an app, so you can plug in your circumstances, right, and it tells you what to do. So, like I could go to work, but I'm is suggested that I wear a mask, and even though I'm testing negative.
So it's like a pandemic choose your own adventure. Is that what it is?
I'm going to
there.
choose Chi-Chi. No, that's
Death or Chi-Chi. It sucks.
meh.
I tell you.
Could be worse.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. My puppy is almost a year old. She
Still have the cone on? The cone of silence?
No,
Got the cone off?
she never had a cone.
No.
So she
What?
you're getting ahead of it.
I'm sorry.
We had her spay done a week ago or so.
Yeah.
It's been just about a week. And she apparently did great. Stayed overnight. Did not need to have a cone at all.
Oh, okay.
And
It's only if they, like, mess around.
I guess if it's bad, but and maybe it's I think so. My sister Megan is they have a golden doodle named Georgie, and he's just a little bit younger than our dog is, and he also had his sterilization
Yeah.
done,
Neutered.
and he did have a cone at least some of the time. So maybe on the boys they have to.
Well, I mean, come on. If you
There's
know,
more.
any-
They're just gonna fuck with it more.
if we could, we would too. We just can't bend that way. I mean, because
Exactly.
men are just like that.
Yeah. Yeah. There. She just has this little, incision, and apparently all the stitches are internal and they dissolve on their own and stuff. So that's really nice,
Well,
considering what they do and all that to them.
they've probably made advances over the years where the
I
cone
think-
is less likely.
Yes, I think they've gotten much better at figuring out how to make them
Well, I mean,
less prone to being messed with.
in the old days, they just cut them in half. I mean, it was so brutal. And then they put like roller skates on the back of a little wagon. Ah, it's terrible.
Yeah, yeah. All the dogs had that.
It was terrible. That's a terrible image.
Yeah, yeah. What do the poor cats do?
They had the other half removed.
Oh,
Well, either way, they're not going to lick themselves. So
no, you don't have to worry about that, at least. But it's good to have that done. I think.
now she can go back to the. I almost said the PetSmart. That's not what I meant. The doggy park.
The dog park where
dog park.
Yeah, we had to really keep her home and all that, and
She didn't like that, I bet.
no, I don't know. You talk to people and they're like, "Oh, be careful! Don't." They can't even go out in their yard because some dog on the prowl will come in there and
Sure.
get her.
Yeah.
I guess technically, yeah, that could happen.
Well, there's old horn dogs, they call them.
Yeah, they're not that old even.
Or they're some young'uns sneak in.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
they have to be pretty
And
small.
we sure as shit did not want puppies.
No. Especially not purebred. No.
Don't want any kind. Yeah,
well,
I don't, so-
puppies are a lot of work, as you found
That's
out.
a lot of work and very expensive.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, people that do it well, I have a lot of respect, but it's not something I want to do.
No.
And I think my dog will be happier not doing that either.
No.
She's doing great though.
So there.
Yeah, she's just back to doing her thing, and she's learned really well to sit on the couch and watch TV with us. She fits right in.
Well, I mean, the last time I was there, she'd sit with us while we were watching something like Ralphie or whatever, but she just, had to keep pet me, that kind of thing. They calm down
it's a little
after a while.
different when company is over.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm somebody different.
Yeah, no, she's definitely, she's still really young. We, still have to kind of keep keep an eye on her and stuff like that. But the difference in the last 6 months is huge.
So Birdie K, special guest.
Special K. Yes. In fact, she was here just a second ago checking in.
Oh, just had to make sure.
I think my wife is going to go to Home Depot to look at stuff. It's that time of the year when you do all this shit in your yard.
Yeah.
And we for once we have a week of mild weather. So.
Oh, it's so nice out. I like it when
Yeah.
it's cooler. We had a little bit of summer there for a while, and it was too hot.
It's great.
So hot.
Let's see. Had I, I think I've been to Rapid City since the last time.
Well,
we
yeah.
talked.
Did you get to? Did you?
So-
You went with Taco John's, I'm guessing. Did you
I
get?
went there twice. I was there for a week. I had to do that.
Get to try some fun whiskeys. Did anybody bring
Yeah,
some stuff?
I took some stuff out there. Paul S. had some good stuff, and we had some fun, and it was good. Yeah.
What did he bring? He's usually into those weird
let's
Black
see.
Hills beers.
I think he often has the. This is a Kentucky one. It's called Rabbit Hole, I think it's called.
He talked about that the last time he was on, I believe.
Yeah, he had one of those for sure. He had a rye that I can't remember now, but I'll remember it later, I'm sure.
Oh.
But had a good time. Got to see some of my niece and nephews' performances, things like that. That's always fun.
The end of the year concerts kind of thing.
Yeah, it's an end of the school year concert, so they got all that stuff.
And it just is a testament to the teachers like your mom out there. I mean, they're just such a pool of talent for the size of the area and the size of the city and the population, and that's what I'm trying to say. But I mean, there's a lot of good teachers out there like your mom. I mean, they have years and years of teaching people that have taught other people, and it really is amazing. They're just
they do great work with the string programs out there.
And
sure.
Considering that they don't get paid anything and don't have insurance and whatever else, but
yep, they are not treated well.
they need to take legalize marijuana out there and put all the money to education. So that'll be
yeah. That's if they ever do it, we'll see. They're really trying to block things like that, which reminds me that one of the things they were all up to and out there, which was interesting, since it's basically a one-party state. The primaries are coming up, and there are a lot of really crazy people running on the right, and
I can only imagine.
Almost everybody I know out there switched parties so they could vote against the nuts.
Yeah,
and that was a big thing where
they haven't outlawed that yet.
Amazingly they haven't yet.
Well,
we'll see.
I hope they don't get the idea from listening to this. I know Noam is the governor there. She loves our show.
Yeah, she's a big fan. She had it on the way to the NRA convention last week.
Yeah, well,
she was a keynote speaker.
We had released the episode recently, so she probably enjoyed that with their maskless flight, whatever. Maskless flight. That sounds like a perfume. The Christy Gnome.
Maskless flightless bird.
Christy Gnome.
God. I don't know. I mean, hats off to my peeps out there who are doing what they can, but
doing God's work.
So demoralizing to always be. Just feel like that's the most power you have is to try and sandbag,
or just to make sure an absolute lunatic doesn't get in.
Yeah, exactly. Including one of the races they really is the county sheriff department.
Oh.
The whole way that office is political in nature is really fucked up, if you ask me. Same way that
it shouldn't be. Yeah.
Just like the Secretary of State or things like that should be non-political offices, but they're becoming that way.
Everything is.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That was the big topic out there. But no, I had a good time.
Good.
We got a few things.
And you voted. You
house.
voted twice when you were there. So, oh no, we shouldn't say that. I voted once for each party. Do Democrats even run out there, or are they just like crazy Republicans versus not quite as crazy?
I guess they put up token resistance, but
Token Resistance, the new Star Wars miniseries.
Token resistance. That's the new series.
I mean, they got a series for everything now. They're going to have 4 more. Ahsoka's got one, and that makes sense probably. But I mean,
who?
Oh, that's not right. Ahsoka Tano, is that her name?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, it was Clone Wars.
Okay.
I may be saying it wrong.
Loopy Gooby Chocomaco.
No, that was Anakin Skywalker's
his clone?
Padme.
No, Padawan. Padme was his like girlfriend, or I don't know. He had some babies with her. That's all I know.
Sorry. What I don't even. Oh God. Let's not get talking about Star Wars.
Padma from Top Chef? No.
What do they? So like, what do they call it when you see like your mentee or you're a mentor or something? They're the Anakin.
You're close. If that I think that's right.
Anakin Skywalker's
my young apprentice
was, yeah. I think it's pronounced Ahsoka Tano. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Well, we'll have Matt P. will. Oh, he's just. We have to.
Yeah, he's probably just rolling his eyes even more than normal.
Maybe we have to have him on again because there's so many Star Wars. I mean, it's saturated, isn't it? I mean, what? Now, I did watch the first. Now we're getting into what we watched segment, but I transition alert. But I did watch the first episode of Obi-Wan, and he's not Mexican. It's Obi-Wan. It's Obi-Wan, but that's fine. But I don't know.
Why does everything in that universe just happen to take place on that one planet?
Maybe they'll get into that
There's
someday.
an awful lot. I mean, it's like the center of the universe.
Maybe they'll get into that. Why? Maybe there's some kind of...
They don't have a bunch of series on Dagobah or Yavin, that forest moon, or
Endor.
Yeah, why not? Well, we'd have to have fucking Ewoks, so
nobody just
forget about that.
And then there's the Chewbacca planet.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Oh, yeah. I'm just thinking of all the planets they have in there.
Well, maybe it's easier to find deserts to film it.
How about a series on that asteroid with the giant worm in the middle of it?
A whole series on the worm.
Well, why not? I mean, Disney can do anything. They could pull it off.
Worm asteroid. It might have a name. It had a number.
Wormroidian or something like that.
It probably had a name or a number. I mean,
yeah.
What else?
No. Anyway, that'll be fun. Looking for a little Ewan McGregor action there.
I'm enjoying it so far. Well, I'm sure I'll have.
Is
problems
this
with
another what's his name? Jon Favreau, who does all the Mandalorian stuff. Did he do this one too?
Music or directing?
No, he writes and directs.
I don't know who wrote or directed it or anything.
Joby Harold? I don't know.
There was a little bit of a theme at one point that was reminiscent of, but that might be the Tatooine theme or something. But
yeah, it's true. That Gunther von blah blah blah
von Stralsenheimer.
Yeah,
Jägermeister.
Well, yeah, we'll have to follow up on that show.
What the hell? It's like Ludwig Emil Thomas Göransson or something. Swedish.
Talk more about that.
Now, maybe some more of these have cycled through. We can have the Star Wars Collective back on, and
I think so.
I mean, Django Unchained was number 5 so far for downloads. So.
That's right. Imagine if I'd called episode 75 what my second choice, which was the Republican Multiverse.
Yeah.
I almost went with it, and I thought, I don't know if I want to unleash that power.
Yeah, I don't know that. I'll be right back.
The cactus fell over again. He broke the vacuum.
I spilled in a very hard to reach place. Hello. Have you ever spilled in a hard to reach place? It wasn't my cactus, at least. I'll get some more ice and try that again. That weird song was stuck in my head. Oh, 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 oh. What is that song? Tonight's the night. Give it all in, give it all in. Episode 76, 0 downloads. Ah, these allergies. Anybody else out there having... This year's been terrible for allergies. Ugh. I think our bodies got a little spoiled from having the masks on and didn't have allergies for a while. Now we're making up for it. The pollen didn't get through our masks or something. I think John left. I'm on my own. Time to Cry, the new Phil Hunter podcast, starring Phil H.
In a world without John, one man stands alone.
Nancy. Where'd John go? Probably had to take the dog out. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
That's better than the real one.
Dogs out. Who let the dogs out?
Oh. Oh. Searching for a heart of dog.
Who let the dogs out? I don't know. Why they let the dogs out? I don't know. Someone let the dogs out. That wasn't nice. They spilled my drink and they ate all my ice. No, I didn't tune that first. It'll come out in the mix.
No, it's what you mentioned about dogs eating your ice.
Yeah.
Birdie really likes ice.
It just rhymed. Is that a thing?
This is funny. So we had this dumb bit a while back when I often recorded in the kitchen, which I haven't been doing lately, but I would go and run the ice maker.
Oh yeah.
The ice dispenser.
Yeah.
And make this
John's
noise.
getting ice. There's a little theme for that.
Yeah, there's a little theme, and it Birdie loves ice.
Okay.
And she is now trained herself when she hears the ice dispenser. She runs over expecting an ice cube.
Well, it's like the can opener with cats or something.
Exactly.
When you get tuna. Oh my gosh!
Isn't that funny?
How Pavlovian of her.
Yeah, exactly. She just walks over. I pretty much, if I get ice out of that thing, I have to I have to give her an ice cube because she
Well-
looks so disappointed.
They're easily entertained, so that's great. Well, but the thing is, when I get ice from your ice maker, I'm always dropping some. I don't use it right.
Yeah, it's a little sloppy, but and I've tried like opening the freezer and getting ice out of the bin directly.
she'll hear that.
She still knows that I'm getting ice.
Oh, she'll hear that rumbling. Yeah.
That like, oh, okay, ice is involved. I'm gonna get some.
Okay, so speaking of whiskey and rabbit holes, this is not referencing rabbit hole whiskey, but so remember after we watched on a different episode, we had talked about watching the Whiskey Tribe folks on that where they try to drink
Yes,
like
thanks for
Churchill.
getting the topic going there, Phil.
They try to drink like I'm lurching over there. If I wouldn't have spilled the drink, we would have been really on today. But so all of a sudden I started getting, of course, the way YouTube works. Hey, watch this, and a lot of other whiskey and cocktail sort of recommendations. And there's so many, but I noticed that, and maybe it's just kind of the ones I seem to have only focused on the Manhattan and the old fashioned, mostly Manhattan, but I've probably watched like 12 videos of different people making a Manhattan or variations of a Manhattan. And it's kind of cool. But you watched some other whiskey, I'm sure, whiskey YouTubers. So this is kind of beyond Ralphie.
Beyond Ralphie, in a world with no Ralphie.
Oh no, that'd be sad.
Yeah, well, there was that one we had both seen with the guy who made. I think he went and made a couple of very old Manhattan recipes, like one from the late 1800s and another one from maybe about 100 years ago, and then the modern version.
That was like Manhattan 3 ways, right?
Yeah.
Cocktail time with Kevin Koss.
This guy is, I mean, he obviously knows what he's doing, but he's got this Euro accent. I don't know what it is. Is he German or?
And that mustache.
Yeah, but he's got that little Snidely Whiplash style curled mustache.
He's good.
Yeah. He's. I mean, it's funny, and he's done his homework, and has all the fancy tools, and boy, it sure sounded like. I find modern Manhattans too sweet sometimes.
Yeah,
it sounds like the old ones are really sweet. Because they're much more heavy on vermouth. If you look at old martini recipes, they are much heavier on the vermouth.
No, mine are way on the other side, I think. I've gotten to like orange bitters also. I add in addition to regular bitters. I like rye in my Manhattan.
That's definitely my favorite. Yeah.
Well, you get that some more spice.
Although I know people who make them with brandy, which is just
no. Come
thanks.
on. I don't get brandy, but whatever. But I like orange, and then also an orange peel is nice too. I tried it with a lemon once, and it did not work. I don't know why. What's the big difference there, right? But so evidently, I just have to have a little orange, not slice, but peel,
a little zest or whatever.
Yeah, you put some zest and drop the peel in there.
Yeah,
they call it
fancy.
They call it something
a twist.
Yeah, but they twist it in order to get that little spritz out of it, the essence out.
Yeah, the oils. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they call that something. I forgot. Whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of accents, there's an Australian lady too that does this stuff. What's her name?
I suppose everything's metric.
Cara Devine. Yeah.
We'll have to. I'll have to check her out.
Oh well, she's a redhead.
And I will be sure to get those into the show notes.
Behind the Bar, it's called.
Okay.
So she gets into the history and stuff like that. And of course, she's got the accent too.
There's a lot of food related channels who get into cocktails. Of course, it's related.
Oh yeah.
My old favorite, Alton Brown. He's still at it.
Has he done
does
cocktails?
Oh yeah, he does cocktails.
I mean, that makes sense. I'm sure he does with some of the shows
he's got some on YouTube, and even so, I probably mentioned that I watch a lot of Cooks Illustrated / America's Test Kitchen videos.
They do cocktails,
and they've been doing cocktail ones too. There's a guy on there who's he looks like one of the, much younger than normal. And he has these little episodes. Its name is Dan, and they're called "What's Eating Dan." And he's like a young Alton Brown. He's very nerdy about stuff, and actually is pretty funny. I kind of enjoy his videos, and he'll do cocktail. He does other things too, and yeah, they have a lot of good stuff on that channel.
I guess I didn't realize how many. I mean. It makes sense that there would be that many variations of Manhattan, but like a black Manhattan, have you ever heard of that?
Do tell.
It's got Averna in it instead of a different kind of Amaro. I don't know these words. Why am I talking?
I don't know what that first one was.
I don't know. That's that Cara Devine behind the bar. She got into that.
Oh. Yeah, I'm really not. I'm not a cocktail person.
No, but you make a really good Manhattan.
I've gotten the version down that I like. Although sometimes I've if I don't feel too lazy, I will. I'll do them in a shaker, and that can be nice too because you get a little bit more things watered down a little bit, which can be good.
Yeah,
as long as you want to make sure though if you're doing that the whiskey you're using is not too weak. So I like to do that with a higher proof whiskey.
Higher proof whiskey, but they use a lot of ice on these things. I mean, even to make, they'll have the ice in the mixing jar or whatever they call it, and they stir it for a while, and then they strain it into the coupe glass or martini glass or whatever. But fancy stuff. I don't have a strainer. Maybe for Father's Day I'll get a strainer.
Oh, you mean just the one you put on the end of the shaker?
Yeah, I mean
you should have one of those.
Well, I have a shaker that has a strainer on top with the, like the traditional kind of cocktail thing. But when you're stirring it in a mixing glass, and then they put on this strainer on top, and then pour it through. I'm not even. I did get a really nice cocktail pitcher, the ones that you stir them in, martini in. Thank you. That's the word.
And those, that's really nice. And you get the long spoon.
Well, the bar spoon.
The bar spoon. Got to have one of those. I actually found some really good equipment for that at Crate and Barrel. They have good stuff.
Okay. Well, yeah. So there. I still need to get a.
And I'm very, very fond of my my Boston shaker. The stainless steel one I have.
That's like a little bit smaller one, right?
Well, it's the 2-piece one, so it doesn't have the little cap, but it's just the small and the medium size, and you put them together and shake, and then.
Oh, okay. So like at a bar, usually they'll have like a stainless steel one, then they'll put the pint glass or whatever.
Yeah, that's the same idea. That's also a Boston style one where it's 2 pieces.
Yeah.
This one happens to be 2 steel tumblers.
That's right. We may have talked about that before. I forgot.
Yeah, they're great. If you get a good one, they don't leak, and they do a great job. And then you just put the strainer on the end of it, and away you go, and Bob's your uncle.
Hey, Bob.
Bob.
Maybe we won't have Bob on here. We had
Bob,
one of the Bobs.
your neighbor Bob?
Yeah. You're the guy that's in bands with you.
Yeah, Bob B.
Bobby.
That would be an interesting show.
Yeah, it's like for the old fashioned, there's kind of a big debate, I guess, about whether to put the sugar in there in the bottom first and then muddle it with the bitters, or if you use simple syrup. Or I like, the simple syrup makes more sense to me because it, as far as drinking the beverage, because you don't have the grit. That no matter what you do with the muddling, you're still going to have some grit, I suppose.
It's very well worth, I think, making syrup.
I think so. And you can do all kinds of fun things with syrup. the simple syrups with putting other things in there, and who knows what weird combinations you could come up with.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think, as I said before, I've chosen to really restrain what I do with cocktails.
Yeah.
Just because I basically do sometimes old fashioned, depending on if I want to make simple syrup, but mainly Manhattans and martinis.
Vesper.
Yep. Those just a few things like that, and that's about it. I don't and a good G&T, you got to be prepared, and
sure.
And if you can keep some lime on hand, it's good. You can make dark and stormies or Moscow mules, things like that.
The old standbys.
But beyond that, I just have decided it's not worth trying to keep all the ingredients and equipment.
For me here, and I think this might fit in with what you have on hand usually, and maybe it's not something anyone in your house would be interested in, but Jody likes the bee's knees.
Oh, yes.
So I always have to have a little bit of honey syrup and lemons and that kind of thing, and gin on hand for that. But she also likes a sidecar, which I don't make as often, but it's the measurement thing is I don't quite know how to. I just kind of have to. I know they say use this many ounces of this and this, but my none of my measurements equal that exactly. So I have to kind of. And she likes her sidecars a little on the sweeter side. So it's just you just have to kind of the balance you have to figure out for yourself, but. I think any recipe probably, except when you're baking, maybe, but is it's a stepping point or a guideline or something that you can go from there, and make variations like all these different Manhattan variations. My goodness, but I can't go out and get eight different kinds of the cherry equivalent.
You really have to be into the kind of the ceremony and all that,
or go out go out to a bar.
And that's where I come back. I'd rather find a good cocktail bar and just pay somebody to do that who's good at it. And because most of the time I obviously like regular whiskeys, things like that, and I just wouldn't make them often enough to have it be worthwhile to keep that stuff on hand. And everybody has a different threshold on what they're willing to do.
I'll do a name drop here, but the Emerald Lounge on 7th Street West, that's a good place to get cocktails. That's my wife Jody's kind of current favorite place. But yeah, they do. Did I talk about that place before? I don't know.
I feel like you did, maybe, but
no, it's good. If
people
are in the area, go there.
The place in my neck of the woods that's really if you want fancy is this place called Travail. They have a bar in their building that they normally do event things where you buy a ticket and you get a flight of really fancy cocktails.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
Those are fun. Kind of a special occasion thing. You don't just go there after work someday.
And then need an Uber or something on the way home.
Just about. Just a follow-up on our previous discussion. There's apparently a Mr. Donut in Illinois still.
You got any other trips planned? We might go to St. Louis, of all things.
Get some ribs.
I'm going to get some ribs for sure.
You better get some ribs.
Oh, I got at least 2 places lined up. There's a lot of crazy things to do there. My friend
go to the Needle?
Probably. Needle. Is that
that's Seattle. No, it's the Arch. You're right.
The Needle.
Arch.
Although
the Needle goes through the Arch.
Whatever, the Golden Arches.
Yeah, it's just a big McDonald's, Phil. Come on.
I'm going to go through the cone. They got a big cone for all the dog lovers out there. No, it's there's a lot of things to do there. Well, I have a friend from college named Roger S. who lives there, and he actually works in a theater. Oh, one of those colleges down there, SMU, whatever that stands for. St. Louis, Missouri University, I guess. Right? But there's no L. Whatever. But he's like a scene designer and that sort of thing, and he does some acting too. So we might see him in the play. They're doing like Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat at a Goodwill when we're down there. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna go see. I guess we're gonna go see that.
And they sell the coat at the Goodwill store when they're done.
It's $50.
I'm trying to picture this.
No, I'll talk about it after I see it. But
You better.
I don't know. So
no, that sounds great.
We were going to go to Colorado. Sorry, Glenda P, but that it was just too expensive because that would have been 2 days to get there by car, or then we'd have to fly, and we kept hemming and hawing and trying to figure out when the flights kept going up in price. And
see, I always thought it was cheap to fly to Denver, but
I don't think it is as cheap now as it used to be. But
yeah, it could be. It used to be you could go on Southwest and get a really cheap flight, but
I think that wasn't the VRBOs or whatever were really pricey out there.
That's probably where it got bad.
Yeah. And maybe we could have. That's a long drive for my family. I don't know. It might.
I don't think I'd want to drive all the way there. That's a long.
Well, we'd have to stop in Omaha or something. I like to go to Omaha. That's got a nice zoo.
Yeah.
And their stockyards or whatever it's called. It's not called that, but it's formerly a stockyards. But they got little shops in there now. Boy, we're all over the place. Or I am.
Yeah.
No, fine.
We might make a really just a weekend Chicago drive.
Yeah.
And just find a nice place to stay and eat at a couple of fancy restaurants. Just kind of get away.
You should. You haven't been on a vacation like that for a while, have you?
Not really, no. I mean, we have some ones coming up where we're still trying to get back to New Zealand, but that I'm hoping we do that here in the next, maybe around 6 months from now. But
that would be
so
fun.
we can get back to Hobbiton. I haven't been there. No, I've been to the country, but not to Hobbiton. Yeah.
We can record from there. The time zone. So
and the toilets will be going backwards and all that.
Oh, and it's upside down.
It'd be terrible.
Everything's upside down over there.
Won't be able to do it.
No.
I'll be talking backwards.
No.
No, that sounds really fun though. You'll have to give us a report.
Yeah, it sounds like it's got some fun stuff. I mean, considering it's in Missouri. But...
I mean, you could go. Why don't you go to the Ozarks, like on the show?
Well, you've been watching that.
We're almost done with the series. We're in the last half of the season.
Oh, boy.
That show gets just crazy.
No, I never started
it. It's really something.
I've been kind of jumping around, not unlike this episode, but I watched the first episode of Luke Cage.
Oh, the Marvel show?
Yeah, that was good.
That was on. That was one of those Netflix ones. Now it's on Disney.
Yeah, well, they had to.
Like
you have to sign.
All that stuff.
You have to sign in for. Do you want the naughty version of Disney or not?
Oh, that's right. The naughty Disney nasty.
Disney night. But yeah, I could do something with that. It was good.
Did you watch all the Daredevil shows and all that too?
No.
Oh, see, you should have watched that. Or the other really good one was what's it? Jennifer something.
What is that? Jennifer Jones or something?
Well, that's an actor.
No,
you know what I'm talking about, though.
But I don't know what it is. It's a Marvel thing, but who is she?
It's a spinoff from Daredevil, and it's really good. It has the villain is played by David Tennant, the Doctor Who guy.
Okay.
It's really it might be the best one of all of them, I think.
What of all the weird Marvel spinoffs?
That one is really good. I'd watch that for sure.
I think I'm going to watch some more Luke Cages, though. That was pretty cool. Good start.
I think Luke Cage is another... Yeah, he was in some of the Daredevil. It's been years now since I've seen him, but...
No,
he's a spin-off character.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What else have I been jumping around at? I'm trying to think of the other thing. That Mike Myers Pentaverant. Pentaverant. You ever heard about that on Netflix?
No, I guess I don't know that one.
So Mike Myers is like, I don't know, 8 or so characters in this. It's like a mini series.
You mean like Wayne's World Mike Myers?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure what he's been doing.
The guy from Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Michael Myers.
No, but
the night Wayne came home.
Swing! And he pulls out a sword, cuts off your head. It's perfect. It's a tie-in. And you know, of course, as teenagers awkwardly exploring their hormones, and then you get killed. That's the thing. That's exciting. But I'm going to watch that over and over again.
Getting killed is always exciting.
Yeah, especially when you're just about ready to have sex for the first time.
Well, yeah, of course.
Wow, that's like a terrible nightmare. Usually those
On
kind of
Elm
dreams
Street.
end with you can't find the person and something happens and they turn inside out. But no, that I don't know what that means. But yeah, so this is a little mini series. It's kind of like an Illuminati sort of like conspiracy, like 5 people control the world kind of thing. And it's funny. It is funny. It's probably the best thing he's done in a long time, and I'm glad. I'm glad he's got this outlet. You know, he's a creative guy, but he hasn't been doing stuff for a while. I think he just got
he seemed to be in kind of a retirement or something.
He got in some kind of slump or something. I don't know. It'd be hard. I don't know what the last movie that he did that it just didn't do very well. So maybe he wasn't getting offers for a while and just decided to. I've got millions of dollars. I can just wait a while. But this is a good project for him, I think. And I haven't finished it, but you know, it's got some poop humor and evidently some sort of risque nude thing where maybe you see him naked, which I don't need to see that, but it's good that, you know, hey, men are naked too in movies. It's not just the women, so. It's not a movie. It's a series. Oh, whatever. I'm rambling.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we haven't been... God, I haven't seen much lately. It's terrible.
Well, you've had more gigs lately than usual.
Yeah, I did. May was kind of a busy month, so I had a lot of music to do, and...
That's good, but it's a lot.
Yeah, I mostly not complaining. But...
I know.
And then we're trying to get the yard ready for the... We'll get it all ready, and then it'll be too hot to be out in it.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of how it'll work.
And then the dog will destroy it.
Yeah, we're trying to prevent that, but the front yard looks great.
Yeah, no,
she doesn't go out there.
Yeah, we have some good decorations and planning, and
it's true.
It's good. It's therapeutic. Get out there in the yard, digging in the dirt. I don't think that's what this. I don't think that's what the song was about.
No, I don't think he was talking about yard work, but he should have, or digging a culvert. for
a trench.
Line.
What was the?
Oh, he used to say digging in the trench. Our jokey version of that song, instead of digging in the dirt, it was digging in the trench.
Oh, that was the old campground days.
Living in a cardboard box.
Get the old backhoe out.
That's right. He did have a backhoe. Andy R's dad had a backhoe.
Backhoe Road instead of Tobacco Road. The Backhoe Road. Is that
how
a
is he
song?
going to do a quiz for this one? No, I'm just kidding.
The Backhoe quiz.
That would be like, oh, we talked about a bunch of random crap. Here's a quiz about random crap.
Here's where he comes in. Oh, I don't know. This was all over the place.
I don't know. We had to do something. We're going to try and get a guest on our next one.
Be our guest.
We have a couple of exciting maybes.
We have a couple of exciting maybes.
That have maybe said that they would come on the show.
I have a couple of other ideas, too, that we might want to explore, but I'll talk to you about that later.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, and we didn't. Yeah, I.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking back to the Blinky's Fun Club thing, and then I think after we recorded, you found a YouTube video of a show, and it was like, oh,
wow, why did we watch that? Or how could we have watched that? It was painful. No, I don't mean, I'm nothing against Blinky or the guy that played him. There was something, painful isn't maybe the right word, but it was, I think, what did you call it? Like a hostage video or something? These kids.
Yeah, it did look like the kids just were like, oh my God, what?
And he's like, smile
Where's
or
the
else.
hostage video. Yeah, smile or else.
Smile or else, kids.
There was probably somebody behind the camera, frantically waving at them, or
Hey, you don't get lunch if you don't smile.
yeah, I've got these toys here.
Hey,
You're not gonna get shit, kid. You made a funny face.
Blinky's Fun Club open bar for the kids. No, but
Yeah, it was painful. I mean, it's not just because it was a clown. It was just some.
there's a weird element to it.
Yeah. Especially when they did the little bit where the record player would keep playing the birthday song, and it was
He'd
really
like
bad.
he'd yell at it.
Yeah, it was.
With the birthday cake, the candle keeps like
Oh, that was weird too. Yeah,
gets
that
really high. It keeps extending.
extended penis candle there. It's terrible.
I'm sure it was no Freudian thing intended, but
No, it was not.
it was just
For the children.
it was a bit.
It was a bit, yeah.
But it was, I don't know. I remember watching that every morning before I'd go to school, I think. What was the name of the show that was before that or after that with the gal had a puppet and she was at a desk?
Oh.
That's what I've been trying to figure out. I'll have to Google that one.
Well, there's a really famous old one that.
No, it's not her.
Well, it wasn't Denver.
This was a knockoff.
Kukla, Fran, and Ollie or whatever.
Yeah, this was a knockoff of that.
Yeah, a poor local version.
This was the Denver version.
See, Glenda M needs to get on that for us.
Or the narrator. I meant to look it
well,
up.
he's too busy doing his popular show.
He's moonlighting.
Yeah.
What's the name of that theme song for moonlighting? Something.
I never watched Moonlighting.
Something by night. Whatever.
Okay, fine. I guess.
Good luck with this editing.
I wonder how that song is gonna come out. You'll just use the letting the dogs out.
Yeah, maybe. I'll just put that at the end.
Well, it is a song.
Ugh.
And here's a song. It
Oof.
doesn't have to be good.
We never promised that.
No, I don't promise shit.
They're all, some are better than others.
Just like us.
What's that mean?
It doesn't mean anything. It means we're done.
We're well done. We're overdone.
Yeah.
We're overcooked.
I forgot to temp myself. Okay.
What's that
All right,
mean?
Phil.
You have to check your temperature?
All right, get overdone.
Oh, well, yeah. Get the rectal thermometer.
Ugh.
I have
part
it,
out.
and you have an app, and you look at it. So all day long, yeah, I'm about right. No,
Yeah,
that's terrible.
I need to rest, though, after I come out of the oven. That wasn't funny.
I don't know. I'll put a little tinfoil tent on you.
Yeah, just like when you when you do some
Brisket.
or some St. Louis ribs.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
They better be good. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
Well, my youngest daughter and I have talked about doing a barbecue road trip around the country, but maybe this will just kind of do it in little pieces.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I'll do
Unfortunately, it involves going to Texas, which I don't recommend. But I'll leave it at that.
No, I'll go there for the barbecue. Good night.
Good night, Phil.
Here's the song!
I was talking to my mom.
I was talking to my talking Roe v. Wade? Or was it Bush v. Gore?
Who's your mom? Who's she been talking to? Nobody knows the trouble she's seen. I don't know.
I was born in a taco John's. The manager was upset 'cause he had to clean the floor.
Things are getting weird.
I was talking to my mom last night.
We don't wanna go
Was it the night before?
with the dog.
We were talking about our grandkids and the tears